Hair and you're watching this on the replay, so do me a favor and put hashtag replay down below because I need a replay for how ridiculous I look right now. Thank you so much for tuning into this Minute with Mary. I'm going to be getting ready for my wind ensemble. I'm really excited to be playing. Let me put this on mute. I'm really excited to be playing again because it has been quite some time since I have played my saxophone. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be chatting about what it's like to do something that you haven't done in a long time, and it might be nerve-wracking because I'm nervous, but we're here for it. So hello. Yes, my hair is in curlers. I took a nice long nap, and my hair looked it. My hair looked flat, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to put some curlers in. I need to put on some makeup, and I am all about the real life, my friends. So here we are. I'm in a little tank top so that I don't overheat. So come on in, say hashtag hello lovely. I'm going to give my spray foundation a nice big shake. So hold on one second. I already have face primer on. I'm using some mattifying primer, and I'm going to use my spray foundation to give me a nice flawless face. This is a great option for all skin types. If you are looking for some nice full coverage, if like me there's things on your skin that you're not too confident about, it is feather light. It is so nice. So I'm just going to use this kabuki brush and work this on in. But yeah, I am playing my saxophone tonight for the first time since February, and I'm excited and nervous all in one. I have played my saxophone like forever. My degree is in music, and I love performing and I love playing with people. And one of the hardest things for me during COVID, you know, during when the world was shut down, was not playing with other people, because I really love making music with others. I love being in an ensemble. So finally, like this past January, we were able to play again, and it was so exciting. And we had all these like masks that we had to wear, and we had to put masks even on our instruments. Yes, it looked as ridiculous as it sounds. And then I got COVID, like pretty much a month after I was able to start playing. And I was devastated because obviously if you've been following along with my long COVID journey, it's greatly affected me. I've actually still been having implications, particularly with exhaustion and pain in my face. So it is what it is, but I am going to attempt to start playing today. And I'm super pumped, but I'm also nervous. So here we go. Just in case you were wondering what the spray foundation coverage looks like, this side obviously doesn't have anything on it. It is air light, like you do not feel like you have makeup on your face. So you always just start in the center of your face or the areas where you have the most discoloration. So I even like to use it on my eyes if I don't want to go too heavy with concealer, just because it has such fantastic coverage. But yeah, I'm nervous because since I haven't played in a while, the muscles, like my muscle memory, in my jaw and in my lips, in my embouchure, as we say as musicians, is not strong. I hope I have some muscle left because I need to be able to play for quite some time. And the issues that I've been having have been a lot of like jaw and facial pain due to my complications. But on the flip side, my physical therapist and I are wondering if part of it is like nerve damage, and if actually playing my instrument could help stimulate things in my face and make things start to get better. So you never know until you try, right? You never know until you try. So I'm going to give it a good old go tonight and see what happens, crossing my fingers that I don't end up being in pain like 10 minutes in and have to leave. Normally I would carpool, and I told my carpool friends, okay, I'm coming back, but I'm not coming carpool back because God forbid things don't go too well for me. I don't want to have to either stay longer than I need to because I feel bad about my carpool peeps, or make the carpool people leave early. So not carpooling, but I am still gonna go, and I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful that things will work out a-okay. So cross your fingers for me. I'm excited. Hi, Christina. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks for the hashtag hello lovely. I love seeing that. Love it. All right, so I am going to do a little bit of concealer over here. So once again, my foundation was the spray foundation, Air Light, Super great coverage, lasts really long. It is my favorite one to recommend for friends who are looking for more of a full coverage look. I'm going to go in now with a bit of a brightening concealer just on this inner corner area of my eye. I'm not going to go all under here where I have fine lines. I don't need to be dealing with that, but I am going to highlight a smidge down my nose, go around my nostrils, where a lot of women, as we get older, we start to get a little discoloration. Fun little thing you can do is you can highlight under here, under your lips, and that's going to help give a lift. If you are starting to get a little bit of wrinkles and shadowing on your jowls, you can go and do a little there, just a smidge here. And I like to do the opposite of contouring and highlight underneath my cheekbones in addition to contouring. So you might be looking at me right now saying, this girl is crazy. Yes. But the thing when you do more fuller coverage foundation is you need to add dimension back into your face. You become like this blank one-dimensional canvas. So I just took a little blending bud and I took some setting spray. You can take rose water. I love setting spray because it helps lock it in place. So if you are someone who is having some fine line issues or texture in your face, making sure that you use some setting spray and pressing gently your blending bud is going to really make a nice difference. It's going to really meld those products beautifully together. So I'm just bringing it down, kind of highlighting along the side of my nose. You know, we get kind of just really weird discoloration as we get older. And the cool thing with makeup is that you get to play with light and shadows. You really get to help create an illusion on your face. So things that you want to enhance and bring forward, you add light to. And things that you want to look slimmer or not as noticeable, you make darker. So if you wanted your cheekbones to kind of pop a little more, you can add some contouring there, and that will help make them look like they sunk in a little bit. If you are trying to slim your nose, for example, we're going to just put a nice little thin line right here down the center of your nose, and that's going to make it look like it's a bit more slim. Think of like a mountain peak. You know, so we're bringing that forward as that is what would catch the light. And hello, Deb. Thank you. Christina says, I miss your videos. Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you, Christina. So I'm hoping to be doing more videos. You know, that's kind of my hope, is that as I continue to feel better, and also my kids are now in school, and what's been bananas has been that they haven't been in school for a full week. So they started school and there was just 3 days that week. They started on a Wednesday, and then it was Labor Day weekend, so of course we had Monday off. And then this week we had election primary day on Tuesday, so they went to school on Monday, stayed home on Tuesday, and then they were back yesterday. So I'm just going to use this kabuki brush. If you ever need a little extra blending, you can also use like a powder concealer brush. This is another great option. So when you're working with concealers, you do want to have some kind of a densely packed, bristled or sponge. It is a thicker product concealer than, you know, foundation or whatever. So it does need something that is a little bit firmer, a little bit stronger of a touch in regards to the tool that you're using to work with it. So I love to use, if I had to pick, you know, a tool, one of my top tools would be the kabuki brush, which you saw me use to apply the foundation. That's my favorite foundation tool. And then my second favorite face tool is the one I'm using right now. It's the powder concealer brush. It's just so multi-purpose. And I really do love it, particularly for kind of the ease that you can use it for concealer. In a pinch, you can clean it with some like quick cleaner, and you can use it to even apply your eyeshadows. So I'm just kind of using this concealer to bring kind of an upward motion to my lips. And it's probably all gonna go crazy and be messy since I'm using my mouth to play my saxophone, but it's okay, right? Because makeup really isn't about, at least to me, it's about how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel more confident, it makes you feel more pulled together, then gosh darn it, it is worth it. And that's where I'm at right now. I want to feel a little bit like myself. It's been sad not being able to play for so long, so I'm really, really looking forward to being able to play tonight, even if it's just a short amount of time. Even if I'm not great at it, I'm just going to be happy to be back in the saddle. So I'm just taking this blending bud. Once again, I had a little bit of setting spray on it, and I'm just kind of lightly pouncing it on my face, pressing in any of those areas where I had that concealer. All right, so we've got the foundation on, we've got some concealer on. I'm going to go ahead now and add a bit of contouring with some matte bronzer. So when you're contouring, you're adding in that dimension. I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm using the shade Fair. It is the lightest shade. So if you're one of the fairest of the land, this is going to be a great one for you. Have you lost your summer tan yet? I don't really have a summer tan. I just get summer freckles. So my summer freckles are here and they're strong, but I don't necessarily get tan. I use self tanner a lot of the times in the summer. So I have not been using and not been wearing my self tanner for a little while, a few weeks now, and I might start to wear it again, especially because I'm trying to become like back as a human. But when things just got so busy with back to school and everything, I just didn't have as much time for the self-care that I normally would. I am not in a concert tonight, Christina. I'm going to my first rehearsal of the season. So I just contoured by going underneath my cheekbone, right underneath here. And as always, you can learn more of these tips and tricks in my Facebook group. You just search Minute with Mary, and you can request to join my VIP group. I share loads of tips and tricks on how to have best practices for applying your makeup and how to help you feel more confident when it comes to your skills. So always feel free to join there. I would love to have anybody and everybody come on in. But yeah, tonight is just my first rehearsal. They had rehearsal last week, my ensemble, but I was unable to attend because it was open house at my children's school. So I'm going around my forehead. Now, nobody needs to contour, but people who might want to are people who have larger foreheads. So I have a forehead, I can fit 4 fingers here, which means that I've got some real estate to work with. And by putting this contouring around my forehead hairline, it's gonna make it look like my forehead is a little bit smaller. Same thing with my cheekbones. By accentuating them this way, it's gonna make my face look a little bit smaller, thinner I mean, and lifted. So then I just take that contour and I brush it a little bit along the ear. I go behind the ear before I go underneath my jawline a smidge. This helps get rid of some of that double chin that some of us may have after having too many cookouts. But really kind of this just accentuates where you naturally have the definition and the shadows in your face. That's really what contouring does, is it either enhances it or helps you kind of draw it in, which is nice. So on my nose, I had done some concealer to help highlight. Might just blend that just a smidge more. And I'm now going to add a little bit of that contouring in with that same matte powder right here. So I play the baritone saxophone. It is the largest saxophone in our ensemble. There are other larger saxophones, but you don't typically see the super large ones out and about. So this is the largest, like, common one that you see either in big bands or wind ensembles. And it's almost as big as me. So obviously, as I've had breathing issues and all that craziness that I've gone through, it hasn't been easy for me to play. But I am excited to try tonight. I'm gonna take some of my favorite blush. If you're looking for a blush, if your blush is like 20 years old, or if you just feel like it's not complimenting you, this shade at Minute with Mary, it's on sale, all complexion, so foundation, concealer, primer, setting products, bronzers, tools, they're on sale. This is my favorite shade that I recommend. It's called Sisterly, and it's just a really nice, perfect flush. So I'm just gonna add it kind of on that higher point of my cheek and bring it back a smidge. You never want to get your blush too awfully close to your nose, as that might just end up looking like you have a rash. And we do not want that. Christina says, I always thought you played the violin. Nope. No, I wish. I learned how to play the violin. My son played the violin for a little bit when he was maybe 4. And then stopped. He has been asking to play it again, so we may venture into the violin world again. But no, I'm not a string player. I am a woodwind player. So I started off playing the clarinet, and then from there I led to the saxophone, and I've stuck to the saxophone ever since. I take whatever blush is left on there and I just add it, you know, like where I did the bronzer. So then I add it a little more further in from the bronze. This is not at all necessary. A lot of people don't do this. I do it just because, to me, I have a lot of pink in my face, and through the fuller coverage foundation, I obviously got rid of a lot of it. So I like to add a little bit back, but where I want it. Where I want it is key. And then I take a just big, fluffy setting powder brush, and I blend it upwards and diagonal just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. If all else fails when it comes to your makeup, you just blend. You blend, blend, blend. All right, so we've got our concealer, we've got foundation, bronzer, blush. I'm gonna go in now with some eyeshadows. And I am going to use my favorite eyeshadow palette. It's this one right here. It's palette number 9 at Minute with Mary. This is your one-stop shop. I mean, you can do wedding looks, you can do everyday looks, you can work with all eye colors. It's just an extraordinary palette. It's my favorite one when people are looking for eyeshadows and they say, oh, you know, I want this, I want that. I'm like, it probably is in this palette. It's probably everything you need. So I'm taking just this nude matte kind of cream shade to go all over my eyelid to help set that concealer and just really create a nice simple base. And now I'm going to go in with this tan shade right here. That's just another nice matte tan shade. Same big old blending brush. So yeah, the kids are out with Blake for a little while longer. They are doing Pokemon. They like to get together with some friends and play Pokemon, and Blake has gotten into it, bless his heart. And we're going to be starting up their Pokemon Club again at school. So thank you if you are one of those people who donated to the cause of their Pokemon Club at school, or even hoping to get one started at the library. So thank you, Christina. If you're still watching, I know that you were one of the people who donated, so I just want to thank you so, so much. It really made such a difference. Being able to have people share their cards and their enthusiasm from all around the country. That was just so, so kind and so neat. I had no idea that Pokemon was such a big deal. I remembered, it came after my time, but I remembered babysitting when it was first big. And, you know, the show was big and collecting cards and all this stuff. So I remember babysitting kids who liked it. And then obviously, like, I grew up and I wasn't babysitting too awfully much. I'm just going to move to a more densely packed brush in that same tan shade and put it now in that kind of outer portion of the eye, just to add a little bit more depth. But yeah, so I was shocked, you know, my son really started to get into it, and come to find out it's a big thing. Whether it's still a big thing or if it just kind of got a revival, I have no idea. But yeah, it's been really cool, and he's very excited about it, and now our daughter's excited. Taking that same shade and bringing it underneath my lower lash line. This is a great option for those of you who do have those fine lines under your eyes, like what we were talking about. This allows you to actually make your look, your eyeshadow look, very cohesive. You know, like the top and the bottom are going to have the same colors, but it kind of covers up some of those fine lines. So it's a great tip if you're someone who has fine lines or darkness over there. Start utilizing that lower lid with your eyeshadow. It's going to be a game changer for you. Christina says, same here, we played Magic. Yes, my brother played Magic in high school. I think he still plays. All right, last but not least, I'm going to go in with this shimmer shade right here. It's super pretty and nice and easy, so I'm just going to use a flat brush to pick that up and press it on the center lower lid onto the inner corner. So they like to do that every once in a while, and we had a very quick dinner. Kids did their homework quickly aside from reading, so we're going to see if this Thursday night routine thing will work, and if I can scrape up enough energy to end up playing my saxophone every Thursday. I've really, really missed playing. I've missed being around other musicians and, you know, making music. It's such a mindfulness activity. You know, sports or music, like, I'm attached to devices so often, whether it's through podcasting or through my makeup business or just life nowadays, is, you know, you're pretty much attached to devices. And it's great when, with my music, you know, I'm not stuck with checking emails or messages like you can't be. You have to be fully present to be performing in one way or another. As I said, if it's sports or if it's music or creating some kind of an art, like, you have to be fully present. So I love it. Same thing with reading, reading a physical book, you know, you have to be present. So it's just such a neat kind of thing. All right, let's wrap up this eye look with some mascara. I'm going to take a little eyelash curler and get on in there. I'm not going to be wearing my magnetic lashes tonight. I'll be saving those for more fancy concerts and things like that, as I do want to start getting ready to hit the road. I'm just getting in there and kind of doing a little pulse. You don't need to curl your lashes. Nobody needs to. And particularly with the mascaras that I have, the wands there do help curl, and the formulas hold curls. So the formulas in my mascaras actually are meant to be flexible and stuff, which is awesome. But because I do have slightly hooded eyelids, I like to curl just to get a little extra oomph to it. You know what I forgot is Thank you, Christina. She said, you're doing your setting sandwich, and I almost forgot to set my face. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to take some setting powder to lock in this makeup. This isn't the one that I want. Here we go. That one's brand new and I don't need it yet. So I'm going to take some setting powder to lock this makeup on my face. Thank you, Christina, for reminding me. Oh my goodness. Almost forgot. Take a setting powder brush, and what this does is it locks it in. So you want to think of your setting product almost like your hairspray for your hair. It's going to lock it in place, and depending upon the product that you choose will change kind of the finish, whether it's dewy or matte. So what I'm putting on now is a powder, so it's going to have a matte finish, and I'm choosing this because I get a little sweaty when I play my saxophone. You know, I'm exerting effort, and I just really want this to be locked in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put on this setting powder. The other cool thing that setting powder does is it kind of hides your pores or your texture. So if you have a lot of like bumps on your face, whether it be wrinkles or pores or things like that, a setting powder is going to finish your look and really kind of diffuse the texture to your face. So we're just going to let that be. And then I personally love to take a little bit of setting spray just as a final hold, since I'm going to be using my mouth and my face. This looks wet, but it is going to dry. So it's going to dry to that finish I had before. Do I need to use both products? No. Do I like to for extra super duper hold, particularly because I'm going to be moving my face a lot? You bet. You bet. So if you're someone who maybe needs to wear a mask, or if you find that you touch your face a lot, if you're going to a wedding, if you need something for like all day wear, this is going to be a great thing for you. And then I'm just taking that blending bud, like I said earlier, and just pouncing it in. Now you can truly see how vampire-like I am, how fair I am with my fair skin. Oh my goodness. All right, like I said before, we're going to put on some mascara. This is the Lash Primer. So the Lash Primer is like your push-up bra for your mascara, for your lashes. It's going to help separate and condition your lashes. I love, love, love using this product. It's just such a game changer. I'm gonna go with my Twisted to get that itty bitty wand. And so if you think about your lashes like little hairs, because they are, sometimes we're a little rough on them. And if you condition your hair, why wouldn't you condition your lashes, right? So the Lash Primer is going to be your daily conditioner that goes on underneath your mascara, helps, as I said, separate and do all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to twist at the silver, and that's going to get me the big wand. So this mascara that I'm using right now is at Minute with Mary. It is not part of the complexion sale. Everything else you saw me put on, aside from this eye stuff, is part of my sale. So all of your foundations, your primers, your concealers, your setting products, the sprays, the powders, all of that, the tools for your face, they are all up to 25% off. Just head on over to minutewithmary.com. If you do need a color match, please let me know. Just send me a message and say, I need a color match, please, as this does end in September. I do this sale about twice a year, right when the seasons change. And then I'm just using this wand. You could see I'm not redunking. I'm just using the product that's already on it to really help keep those lashes nice and curled, getting that product the way that I want it to. And this wand is just awesome. As I said, it's called Twisted, so you twist it and you get two different wands, a large wand and a smaller wand. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do this Lash Primer, which you can skip, But if you want your lashes to get that nice conditioning and extra love and TLC, I'm telling you it's going to be a game changer. And then twisted, so I twist before the silver, and I get that little wand. I get it up nice and close. This is my biggest recommendation for those of you who have hooded eyes or small eyes, because you can get this little wand right up to the base of your lashes, and it's going to create a look like you have eyeliner on, because you almost stamp that product right onto the base of that lash line. And then if you want to, you can go in and spin from the silver and get that bigger wand for the volume, really to comb through those lashes even more, depositing all of that great mascara. And then you just need to play around with it to help figure out the positions that you want your lashes to be, because, believe it or not, depending upon the way that you brush your lashes will create different eye looks. If you've never done that before, try it out. You can push them more to the outside of your eye to give a cat eye look. You can push them more so that they're facing more the center and up. That's going to really give you a nice big open eye look. So a bunch of fun things you can do, all just with a mascara wand. Ta-da! And we'll finish things off. I'm just going to add a little bit of lip butter. Oh no, actually, I'm going to do a lip mask. I feel like I'm so pale though. All right, I'll do a lip liner and then my lip mask, because I'll be real with you, probably this is not going to stay on that long since I'm playing my saxophone and nobody needs to see it. But the cool thing when you take a lip liner is it does hold on really, really well. Hi, Rose. Thank you for coming in and saying hashtag hello, lovely. Hello, hello to you. I appreciate your stopping in. This lip liner is my favorite. I just find it is a very nice neutral shade. Kind of like an actual lip color. Like the color of your lips. It's called Patience, which is something I have worked on a lot this year while I've had to wait to play my saxophone. But tonight's the night. There we go. So lip liner, you can either line your lips or you can do what I just did and I filled in all my lips. The cool thing with it is it really, really holds on. Whether it's drinking, eating, all this kind of stuff. So it's great sometimes to put lipstick on top of or lip gloss. I'm doing this so that this way I have some color on my lips. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of my lip mask. I actually use this every night. It is so luscious and so hydrating. If you suffer from chapped lips, I'm telling you, you need to treat yourself and get yourself this. It's going to last forever. It is so good. It came out last Christmas and now it's permanently on my site. But it's incredibly hydrating. I use it on my kids when they've got dry lips from allergies or issues like that. Excuse me as I wipe off the extra. It's just so good. This one, as I said, I leave it by my bedside table. And because I'm going to be using my lips today to play the saxophone, I figured I'd whip it on out. And this way my lips are all set to go. I'm going to go take out my hair, grab my saxophone, and hit the road. Thank you so much for tuning in and for all of your encouragement. Can I give you a product list? Yes, I'm going to include it in the chat. What I'll do is I'll add it in the chat, Christina, once I'm done with this before I leave. I'll put that there, so if anyone's watching this later, you can check it out there too. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope whoever is able to do things that they haven't been able to do in a long time, that you are able to find some courage just like myself in getting back out there. For me, it's getting back out and playing my saxophone, and for you it's going to be other adventures and journeys that you're on. So here's to trying out things that we've missed, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.